Leader of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, and Kwankwaso movement, Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, over the weekend hosted prominent political figures in Kano, fueling fresh speculation over a possible opposition coalition ahead of the 2027 general elections. Among those who visited Kwankwaso's residence were the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, Governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, and former Bayelsa State Governor, Seriake Dixon. Also present were Isaac Idahosa, Bayo Lawal, Nejanatu Muhammad, and other dignitaries. The meeting comes amid increasing political consultations and alignments among opposition figures ahead of the 2027 general elections. Joining us on this show to discuss the undercurrents leading to this visit and what this visit points to is Magaji Matu, a senior advocate of Nigeria. Good morning, Mr. Matu, and thank you for joining us on the morning show.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. And good morning, Rufai and Ayo.
Morning.
Good morning, and thank you. Well, we're already seeing alignments, realignments, permutations, speculations, but would this make any difference? Even if it is natural to see all of these alignments and realignments ahead of a major general election. When you place that against the background that the APC already has 32 governors in the kitty. Even some governors that have not joined the APC are saying, well, they are pro-Tinubu when it comes to the presidential election. They will back him up. And then, of course, the National Assembly, the APC already has 2/3 majority in that assembly. What do you think are the prospects, even when we make the concession that democratic space should always make room for the opposition? But it seems to me that this particular 2027 election has been won and lost. Advantage APC. What do you think?
Once again, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Abati. I think Nigerians have come out of that general belief that once you have governors, ministers as members of a political party, that there is no opposition that can come up to challenge that particular political party. I think we have come out of this for a very long time. And that has been proved or proven severally, that it is the electorate that determines who becomes a leader, not the governors. Because the governor, as a matter of fact, has only a single vote. But the electorates are there to determine who should be their leader. So I assure you what has happened in Kano recently, or 2 days ago, is an indication of the fact that all the electorates are not really happy with what is going on under the APC-led government. And I really am desperate, searching for states for change in leadership, and will do all it takes. All we are begging the government is that they should allow a level playing ground where the votes of the electorate will count, where leaders who are elected will be allowed to take their positions, and where INEC itself will remain an unbiased umpire, where the judiciary will also do their best to make sure they remain the common hope, the hope of the common man, and where all the law enforcement agencies will not be partisan but will try to remain neutral. Once we have this level playing ground and is ensured by the APC-led government, I assure you and Nigerians that a lot of surprises will be sprung, and then people will be surprised that it's not about the number of the governors, it's not about the number of the ministers that are in a particular political party, but it is about the electorate and their desire. Nigerians need change, and I believe Nigerians deserve a change, and Nigerians should be given an opportunity to choose and elect their leaders. Thank you.
Absolutely correct, sir. Now, how confident are you
that come 2027, Nigerians will be given the opportunity to elect their leaders based on a credible process of election. How confident are you? Because we're only a few months down the line, and so we can be able to assess the readiness or the willingness of INEC to discharge a free, fair, and credible election. That's number one, because as you mentioned, that's a big criteria for any other party to have a chance in 2027. Then the second part of the question would then be going back to this Kano meetup and a winning combination, if I can put it that way, a winning alliance. What, in your estimation, would be a strong enough team to challenge the APC's candidate in 2027?
Well, how confident I am depends on the INEC, not me. But I am only begging that the APC-led government should allow democracy to thrive, should allow all government functionaries to be independent, particularly INEC, to ensure that this thing is done. So we are begging from this side, because we are not at the helm of affairs. We are not INEC, we are not Mr. President, we are not the governors. We are only begging. So my confidence depends on their willingness to allow the system to run smoothly and to allow the system to run justifiably in such a manner that everybody will be treated as equal, and the system will operate naturally. So to that extent, I can tell you that my confidence depends on their willingness, because I do not give INEC instructions. So I cannot be overconfident that INEC will do the right thing, but we are only begging those people who are saddled with the responsibility to ensure, because of tomorrow, you are on this side of the divide today, tomorrow you will end up being on the other side of the divide. So, but when you allow the system to run smoothly, you will come back, or even if not you, your children will come back and benefit from the smooth system that you have established. So I think people should understand that it is not about today. Okay, yes, you twist the system, you become the president once again, and twice you run a system, but the system is destroyed. It means that what you have done is that you have destroyed everything, not even a legacy for your own children, not to talk of your children's children. So it is not the best option. What I'm saying is in the interest of the nation. It is not in the interest of a particular political party. It is not in the interest of APC. It is not in the interest of NNPP, where I belong, but it is in the interest of Nigerians. Now, coming back to your second question, I think we should be able to, in law, there is something we call res ipsa loquitur. What that means is that the facts, I'm sure Dr. Abati will have an idea of that because he's a lawyer. The facts speaks for itself. You know, like I said, what we have seen, it's just a tip of an iceberg in the social media of what has played out in Kano. Now, that combination, you know, when you have a system where people are choked to their throats, a lot of issues come up to play. Now, the combination we are seeing is a combination that Nigerians have been longing for a very long time in the political space of this nation. People have always longed to have the Kwankwaso or B coming up together, and then people have always longed to have a smooth system where these people who are still younger in age, and then stronger in terms of health and in terms of capacity to lead, because they have led in the past, they have been tested, they are trusted. People are looking for a change. Nigerians are tired of being led by people who should be in their farmhouses, relaxing and praying for the nation. They have no business coming to the leadership space, because by their age, they should be resting, they should be receiving their grandchildren, playing with them at home, and then praying for the nation. So the combination we're seeing, or the people you have seen that have just come, they didn't come for any political rally. They came to just visit His Excellency Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso to wish him happy Salah. If it has been prepared that this thing was going to be in form of rally, probably it wouldn't have been this large. I'm sorry, it wouldn't have been this small. It would have been larger. The crowd you see, in fact, you needed to be on ground to see what I have seen myself personally, because I was there on ground, and what we saw was so overwhelming that you could see, and you needed to also be on ground to hear what people are saying. Even people that you least expect will be making some comments that whatever it is, that this is just small. Wait until we get to the ballot boxes and the rest. So it's a very hopeful alliance, and is a long-for alliance, and it's an alliance that once the system is allowed to flow naturally, I think the people would want a change.
Is this alliance now, number one, because Kwankwaso is having problems with Boniface and Ebonam in the NNPP? Secondly, as the NNPP, as we speak today, as Kwankwaso registered in the e-registration of the NNPP, and I'm saying this because I want to lead as a pretext to ask you a question about these electoral laws, these new laws, and I know you want to have something to say about it being a lawyer. So, as Kwankwaso registered in the e-registration of the NNPP, so in a case if he wants to move to another political party, what's it going to be like moving to the other political parties? And are the new electoral laws as something worth going to court about? Because a lot of people have said a lot as regards these new electoral laws. Those are my questions.
Thank you very much, Rufai. I actually believe that there is no way I will have a session with you without asking me of issue of Boniface and Ebonam.
Yeah, those are.
It would have been a surprise to me that if you don't ask me this question. Now the truth is, you see, I have said this here on this platform time and time again, that in NNPP we don't have any division. What we have are people who are just coming to distract the system from flowing naturally and flowing in the way and manner it to be beneficial to everybody. And that, that kind of a thing is easy to do. As the saying goes, it is much more difficult to build, but very much easy to destroy. If you want to destroy, you can always be a distraction here and there. So, but that is not important. What is important is that with the alliance is not coming because of any form of distraction. We are used to it. I have told you here time and time again that we are handling over 30 cases that were filed by the same Mr. Boniface. It's not a new thing. So Boniface is not a distraction to us anymore. We have learned to live with him the way he is, and whoever is supporting him to do what he's doing, we have learned to live with them. Now again, coming back to the issue of the new Electoral Act, you will see that the APC-led government and under the National Assembly, under the leadership of His Excellency, the Senate President, Mr. Godswill Akpabio, have done a lot of amendments that even Nigerians are not really happy with, and they are geared towards really entrenching a one-party system in Nigeria. But you see, at the end of the day, it is not how you couch the law. It is what is practical on ground that will determine who wins an election. Because no matter how you couch the law to favor a particular party, at the end of the day, if you allow vote to count, leaders can only assume positions of leadership as a result of the number of votes they have from the electorate. So if you like, maneuver the law, put all manner of clauses that you feel will take away, will chance other political parties. But at the end of the day, you cannot follow the electorate to their polling units to start determining who they will vote for. So, and at the end of the day, INEC must count the votes. And INEC must not only count the votes, INEC must ensure before returning a particular candidate, he has scored the highest lawful votes. Not only that, he has the 25% spread across the Nigerian states. So this is what matters. No matter how they manipulate the law, they cannot manipulate the electorate. No matter how they make sure that all the governors join a single political party, which system we all should condemn, because there is no any political democracy that survives as a monoparty democracy. a democracy must survive by opposition. And I cannot imagine that somebody who has enjoyed the benefit of opposition, somebody who assumed office as a result of opposition, no longer likes opposition to take place, no longer wants to allow opposition to survive. That is not democracy. That is not good for Nigeria.
Mr. Magajimato.
That is not good for even the persons.
Mr. Magajimato, that's why I asked a specific question.
Yes,
I said, in a case where Kwankwaso wants to leave, has he already done e-party registration in the NNPP? So if he wants to leave the NNPP now, part of the things they have said in the law, will they not now bring it up by saying that he's done party registration in 2 political parties in a case where he wants to leave? Has he done e-registration? Has he done e-registration in the political party NNPP as we speak?
In which of the political parties, please?
Has he done e-registration in NNPP?
Yes, he's a bona fide member of NNPP.
So when he wants to leave sites that his name is on 2 party registers, that's just the question I'm asking.
No. What will be done is clear. As soon as he defects to any political party, maybe any other political party, as the case may be, he will definitely resign his position within the space as allowed by the new Electoral Act, and then register his name in the new political party. We are working on that. We are not really sleeping, even though they have put us on our toes, but we are not sleeping. We will make sure that we are equal to the tax. We will meet up with all the deadlines and ensure that the right thing is done so that people will freely choose who their leaders will be come 2027.
Briefly as you can, just respond to this question. I said that with all that Eid al-Fitr invitation of guests, that Dr. Kwankwaso was showboating, just to prove that he's still very influential in Nigerian politics and in Kano politics. True or false?
The invitation, sorry, just I didn't get. You said the invitation.
That was showboating,
the invitation
just
to Kano,
to show off. Yes, to show that he still has followers and that he's a man in charge of Kano politics.
Well, politics is like a bucket. Everybody will want to showcase his talent. Everybody will want to showcase his goods and ensure that his goods are always better than the goods of others, so that buyers, properties buyers, will make their choices. So it's not out of place if he has received his friends who have come to visit him, his political allies who have come to visit him, and people in Kano decided to come along and share the joy of the visit with him. So for whatever reason, whatever explanation or whatever implication that will have created in the minds of people, so be it. But he is a politician.
Okay.
We all know that, no doubt about that. He is also a one-time presidential candidate and a willing presidential candidate in Nigeria. So everything about him is politics.
Okay,
if people come around and is showcased in that manner, so be it.
Okay, Mr. Mato, thank you. We'll still be here to check those faces when they show up, identifying with other political gladiators in the politics of